All right, everybody, welcome to another Raleigh Young Professionals member spotlight. I am so grateful and so excited to be here with my new friend, Dr. Holly Sullenger. How are you?
I'm great, Chuck. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thanks for taking some time to do a member spotlight with us and let everybody know a little about who you are and what you do. So how about we start there? Would you mind kind of introducing yourself and telling everybody about who you are?
Sure, absolutely. First of all, I've lived in this beautiful area for 28 years now, so I'm almost a native. That's what I'm
Oh,
told.
almost.
Almost, but I'm Dr. Holly Sullenger, and my company is Dr. Holly Speaks. So I do corporate speaking, training, consulting, and facilitation, typically in three key areas: leadership, technology, and professional development. And people often on a regular basis ask me who my target market is, and it's anybody over the age of 18 that likes to learn, I guess. I've done most of my work in my adult life with corporations, providing educational events and training events and doing tons of keynote speakings and motivational speeches. And I've also worked a lot with professional associations, but I love working with individuals as well.
I love that. So what brought you to a networking group like this with the Raleigh Young Professionals? Or is there anybody specifically you're looking to connect with in this group?
Yeah, basically, I love it when I can help people stay relevant. So if somebody's in a position and they feel like, as an example, they're having to work with Excel a lot and they just can't kind of make it come together. And every time they get in there, it just feels painful and they know it's taking them way longer than it should. I love being able to have that person come to a seminar and have them immediately have like an aha moment or a light bulb moment and say, this is amazing. This is going to save me such an incredible amount of time. So whether it's somebody who's, maybe needing to brush up on their communication skills or wants to become a leader and they find that they're in a leadership pipeline position, they're perfect to work with. Even people that are in job transition, that's a huge thing right now. The way that our economy is and the way that the pandemic has affected or impacted us. A lot of people are in transition, and I do a lot of work with people in transition because you and I both know, Chuck, you've got to work to stay relevant in your field. It's just absolutely necessary.
You're so right. I've been having a number of conversations lately with people that are going through that exact thing. And so I know in 5,000 members or so in this group right now, there's probably a handful of people that can relate to that. So I think it's super important that we're having this conversation right now because there are, just today I was having a conversation with someone that has been in one career for years and now wants to make a jump into something else, but is very, very nervous on how to do that because one of our current climate, but also just because she feels that she might not have the relevant skills to get there. And so probably maybe this conversation has come at a perfect time.
Well, and so it's always nice when companies offer to help you stay relevant, when they give you training opportunities and extend your learning events so that everybody can participate. But sometimes as individuals, we have to reach out on our own as well. And that's for that reason alone, I've been starting to do some open enrollment offerings through Eventbrite.
I love that. That's something that I was really unaware of personal and professional development until fairly late in my life. Like I kind of just went through life like, oh, things just happen, right? And I was really turned on to personal development about 10 years or so when I first heard of Jim Rohn. And since then, I've really taken an active responsibility in that continued learning, that continued growth, and that continued development. But you're right, like we've got to do it on our own. Sometimes it's not just going to come to us, right?
Right. So one of the things I let people know, and this is a personal thing. I mean, it has to be a personal choice, but every day when I wake up, I ask myself two questions. The first question is, what one thing can I do to make myself a better person today than I was yesterday, which is that personal development that you're talking about. And maybe it is taking on a new leadership skill or learning more about effective communication or learning more about how to do a good business presentation. But the second question is always, what is one thing that I can do for somebody else? Because we need to work on ourselves, and we also need to look out there and see if there's somebody that we can extend a hand to and help them along their journey as well.
I couldn't agree more. Those are two great questions. I'm going to take that upon myself to come up with mine. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. So you've got, so you typically work with some larger companies, but you are doing some smaller things, some one-on-one things right now. Do you have anything planned? Is there anything in the works right now that maybe our viewers could participate in?
So yeah, I absolutely do. There are several Excel is the technology topic that everybody and their dog wants to know and know well. And so on a regular basis, people can go out and look at my Dr. Holly Speaks Eventbrite page, and there's always an Excel offering or two that are coming down the pike. But I also have, and this is something that's a little bit different for me, I do a lot of work with community panels and professionals on different hot topics. And I'm involved in 2 diversity panels that are coming up this month in September. So September 9th, I'm going to be speaking with a large group of people that, believe it or not, are in a group that I network with that are in New Orleans. And we're going to be doing a diversity panel there. And then we have one that is going to be kind of centered locally here, RTP. The Frontier is sponsoring it. And there's going to be several different people talking on diversity there as well. And the panels, by the way, are loosely structured. They're to invite people into the conversation. So we want our audience to participate. And we just want to have open, respectful, questioning dialogue so that we can try to understand each other better. And, you know, in the light of everything that's been going on from a racial injustice perspective, the different murders, the different clashes between factions of our society, these are important conversations for us to have.
Absolutely.
By the way, if anybody's interested, I think at the end of our discussion, I'm going to let people know how they can contact me, and they can just reach out to me and let me know. Those are free events.
Yeah.
So
yeah, please tell everybody now, what's the best way to connect with you? So say somebody wants to join any of these events or is looking for more information about maybe working with you on a one-on-one or a group basis, what's the best way to reach out and get in touch with you?
That's a great question. So my email is drhollyspeaks, all one word, @gmail.com. And I have a website, which is drhollyspeaks.com. So that's easy. But I'm also, for those of you that are on social, I am on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, and I'm on Instagram as Dr. Holly Speaks. So you can look me up and connect with me in any of those areas. And I'm happy to, I've been posting the heck out of those events. So I'm happy to, you know, point people in the right direction with that.
I have 2 final questions for you.
Sure.
The first one is, how did you become such a big UNC fan?
Oh, God.
I see all this stuff. That's not Carolina. Oh, my bad.
No, that's my, in fact, fun stuff. I got my PhD from there a year ago, May. So that was a bucket list thing for me. And that's when I became Dr. Holly rather than just Holly. But go Wolfpack.
I love it. Yeah, my wife spent a lot of time at State. So therefore, through association, they are also my school.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say, and I actually led the corporate training division there for a number of years. So,
oh, wow.
Reasons, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, and I guess my final question, really just to wrap up, I've enjoyed this conversation so much with you, and I think we've touched on a lot of things. And I think professional development right now, staying relevant, transitions, there's so many nuggets in there that many of us in this group, I think, are experiencing right now, either going through personally or know somebody that might be going through. And so I'm excited, I'm grateful, I'm hopeful that people will reach out and connect with you. But I guess just to wrap up, is there anything final that you wanted to say, or anything we missed that I just wanted to give you one more opportunity just to make sure that we talked about everything you wanted to talk about today?
Yeah, just know that anything is possible. So if you're in transition and I can help you get to that next opportunity, I'm happy to do it. But just remember that we can make a decision that we want to take on a new talent or a new skill. Maybe we want to learn more about, like you said, personal development. How can I become a better person? All we have to do is make the decision to do that and chase it down, and we can make it happen.
I love it. That is a great way to wrap up. So thank you so much for your time today. I'm really excited to get this into everybody in the Raleigh Young Professionals group so that they can see this and connect with you. Thanks for taking the time. Raleigh Young Professionals, thanks for taking your time to watch this, and please reach out and connect with Dr. Holly. I know she would welcome the chance to get to know you, and stay tuned for more Raleigh Young Professional member spotlights coming up soon. Thanks, everybody.